Hello, I'm Dr. Jed Diamond. I'm the author of 10 books on men's health. I'm pleased to let you know that I have a new book that's coming out. It's called MenAlive, Stop Killer Stress with Simple Energy Healing Tools. It's my 10th book and probably draws together as much information as I could over the last 40 years about how to help men live long and well. The author, John Gray, author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, said that this book of mine is more than a book. He says it's a complete toolkit for helping you reduce stress and live long and well. How this book came about, I think many of us know that often our greatest gifts come from the wounds that occur in our lives. And for me, a wound occurred when I was just a little boy. When I was 5 years old, my father just was driven down really by the weight of depression from being out of work during a last economic downturn that affected our life. And he tried to commit suicide. And although he survived, our lives were never the same again. And for me, I've been trying to understand what happened to my father and what happens to so many other men whose lives are impacted by depression. Now, when my son was born, I made a vow to him that I would be a different kind of father to him than my father was able to be to me. And I said to him, I want to create a different kind of world for you where fathers feel that they can have the love and support of their families regardless of what the economic situation is or whether they have jobs or not. Now, as I got older, I went to school and got my graduate degree in health sciences and a PhD in international health. And, I don't have to tell you, I was interested in understanding depression and suicide. And what we know now is that the suicide rate for males is 4 times higher than it is for females. And it gets even higher as we get older. For instance, we know that the suicide rate for men in their 60s is 6 times higher than it is for women. We know that as men get into their 70s, it's 7 times higher. And listen to this, for men in their 80s, which is the fastest growing demographic in the country, is 18 times higher. That is, 18 times more men commit suicide in their 80s than women. And for me, this just rips me apart. I think about the kids that this impacts, the wives that this impacts, and I want to change that. So the book is part of a larger campaign that we're starting to save the lives of 1 million men over the next 5 years. And we know from research of my colleagues at the University of Michigan, Dr. Randall Nesse, he says that if you could just bring the death rates for men down to the same level as women, we do more good than curing cancer. And specifically, we know that we could save 330,000 men's lives a year. That's 330,000 men's lives a year in the United States alone if we can get the death rates down for men to the same level as women. Now, we know that suicide is not the only way that men die before their time. We know that stress is implicated in 80% of the early deaths. And we know that men suffer from early death for every major illness that men and women face. Men die sooner and live sicker. Third thing I want to tell you about is that although my books have been published by major publishers, this one I wanted to do differently. Rather than partnering with a big corporation to publish a book, I wanted to partner with the people that really are on the same wavelength of wanting to help. And so many people who've been involved, in my tribe and getting people to understand the changes that are going on have helped get the book published. And now we'd like to offer your help and ask your help in getting this book to a wider audience, because we know that word of mouth is really the major way that people learn about good things. And now with social media, we can get word of mouth even out farther and faster. So we're asking those that get the book, if you would give us something back, which would be in the form of spreading the word. We'd like to get 100 5-star ratings on Amazon. We'd like to get the word out through Facebook, through Twitter, through your blogs. So if there's ways that you can help us do that, you're going to help yourself, help your neighbors, and help us, really save the lives of more and more men. Final thing I want to tell you is that the book may be just what you want. If you haven't discovered my work, you may find that the book is a great introduction to that. But some of you I know are going to want more. And so what we've done is put together a group of packages of my absolutely best material that includes the ebooks that we found to be most helpful to people in getting their information about how to keep stress away in your life. White papers that speak to specific issues that talk about things like male menopause, male-type depression, irritable male syndrome, and how to deal with sexual changes as we get older. Now, the book really is a complete guide that really will look at 4 significant tools that will help you to reduce stress in your life. But these added tools will help you round out what you need. So we've tried to make them available at every economic level. If you're asking me, I'd say that the Diamond package is, your best buy. But check it out. You'll see what works for you. So I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your support of the work that I do, because really together we can absolutely make a difference in the world. So thanks, and I hope to be in touch with you and involved with you in future months and future years. Stay in touch.